Okay, another edition of Thrones Talk here on the Earnestly podcast. I'm your host, Ernest E.J. Christian, and now we review episode 4 of season 8 of Game of Thrones. We're fastly approaching the end of the series. 2 more to go. D-Wil, of course, our guy, and probably call him the Meister now, Maester, whatever. He knows more about this show even than I do. So Darrel Wilson, D-Wil, the Maester, the Lord of the House of Wilson. What do you want to call it? I don't know.
And you said fastly. And what's up, everybody? You said fastly approaching the end, and this is going by way too fast.
I mean, you agree?
Way too fast.
I mean, it is going too fast.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not excited that this is ending. I'm not excited about that. Obviously, I gotta tell you, a lot of people complain about this episode. That by far, people complain that this is the worst episode of the season.
You know what? My main gripe with this episode is that they leave the viewers to fill in a lot of fucking blanks. That's what my gripe with this is. Like, okay, how come they can do this? How come they can do this? Why are they doing this? Why are they? It's too many damn holes to fill in. Like, I'd rather this whole shit been ended at the end of season 7 and just be like a long ass cliffhanger. You know what I mean? Because like the shit that happened in this last episode 4, could have been 4 different episodes. You know what I mean? If they played it out right, there's too many damn questions being held. But let's get it cracking though.
Okay, let's go through the episode. Now, last week when we did this, we went character by character, mainly because of the fact that basically the episode was a war. It was a war between the dead and the warriors of Winterfell. This episode is kind of similar to what the first 2 were this season. Lots of dialogue, back to figuring things out. Where we're covering from the war. Who's left? Obviously, the Dothrakis are gone. The Sully is damaged, obviously, but we start the episode, obviously, with the funeral of what we lost. Obviously, Jorah's gone, Lyanna Mormont's gone, who else? Beric Dondarrion was also featured as one of the dead. Very emotional first scene of the show, honestly. It felt like obviously we're losing characters some characters that we beloved throughout the series. In my case, Jorah especially, who was one of my favorites on the show, losing him. So it was kind of a down way to start the episode, even though we knew the Night King was gone.
Right. I agree. And, that theme of it being down went for a long time. The 2 things I found most interesting, when they gave everybody the torches, first of all, Jon / Aegon, that was one hell of a speech. He was being presidential or / AKA king-like in that moment right there, really for the first time in this entire series where, like, he felt confident in his words and, like, he knew what he wanted to say and he said some shit that was pretty inspiring. Man, like, could we draw your last breath and all the other shit that he was saying? Like, he really sounded presidential / king-like. But I was really looking to see who they were going to feature lighting which person, which body on fire. You know what I mean? Like, they had Grey Worm lit the Dothraki, Jon lit Lyanna Mormont, which is, Lyanna, his mom, that's the same name. Mm-hmm. Sansa and Theon, and her giving Theon the freaking House Stark sigil. Like, that was a bunch of bullshit. Like, I don't even know why they're spending so much time playing up the whole Sansa and Theon thing.
Yeah, that is surprising. I agree with you. A little surprising there.
Like, why are they playing that up so much? Like, I don't get it. And of course, Arya lighted Barrett's fire because he saved her ass.
Right.
So,
in the case though of Sansa and Theon, I will say this though. Probably the only reason I can defend that, I'm not even defending it. The reason why they're playing it up, probably, I think, to my opinion, is the fact that I think they want to try to point home of him being redeemed, Theon being redeemed. That's all.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can give you. So I don't know. But yeah, they burned the bodies after the speech that Jon Snow gave. They burned the bodies. Very emotional. Like, Sansa's emotional, crying over Theon's, not grave, but where they call that? Where they got burned. And of course, Daenerys and Jorah, the friend zone couple.
Right.
I mean,
so then after that, they go straight to a feast. Straight from a funeral to a feast, like what? That's like a repast.
I mean, you gotta celebrate somehow, man. We did defeat the Night King. And a feast that's actually was a lot of details. Again, Tormund, winning the wit battles, during the feast.
Yeah. So the feast, first of all, it started off real dry. Everybody was still sad over the funeral.
Obviously.
And the feast started off super dry. The funniest thing, or the most interesting thing about the beginning of it was, you got Gendry. Gendry's like shit. He's looking for Arya. And the Hound tells him, yeah, I bet you're still looking for her. It was like, God damn it, man. The bodies are still burning, man. You trying to get you some ass?
Hey, you're still alive, man. Make it happen, right? Come on now.
He tries to. Then he gets up. Then Daenerys calls out Gendry.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, what were you thinking when that happened? Because what I thought she was gonna lay into him.
Yep.
But listen, man, you're a Baratheon. You guys took over my throne. So I'm about to kill you or do something to you. That was my thought. Obviously, I think everybody else thought that because the whole freaking room was just, you could hear a pin drop.
Mm-hmm.
And she made him a lord. She legitimized him, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. I thought the same thing also. I thought he was going to put him in his place. Something, but, because, again, I'm still, especially the vibe of the season so far, I'm expecting the heel turn, the Daenerys heel turn. I mean, to use a wrestling term, obviously. Right. So it's still in play. It's still in play.
It's still in play, but it'll be justifiable now, though. Really. And we'll get there.
Right.
What else at the feast? Like you said, Tormund was witty as hell. Drunk as a skunk. Besides Gendry getting the toast to the Lord, Tormund dropped off the first toast to the Dragon Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Dragon Queen threw a toast to Arya. The hero of the battle.
Of course.
Then Tormund, talking about he saw Jon ride a dragon and all that good stuff. Then we see, right before Starbucks coffee cup popped up on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
we saw Daenerys, just admiring, just looking at the scene, checking the scene out. Everybody in the freaking hall is just really admiring Jon.
Yeah.
Everybody is looking at him like he is the leader, and nobody's saying shit about her. And she's feeling some kind of way about that, And the interesting thing I saw about that scene was they did too much with this. They did too much with the foreshadowing. You got creepy ass Varys, just sitting at the end of the table, just staring at Daenerys, stare at them. Say something, dude. You're just sitting there, you're not eating food. You're not
He's been
drinking.
really quiet this entire season.
You're just a creep. Yeah. Oh, King Kong Bundy looking motherfucker, man.
Rest in peace, King Kong Bundy, who passed away about a month ago. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace. But don't you look like King Kong Bundy though? Seriously,
yeah, he does.
It's just creepy.
Just shorter.
just creepy in the back.
Yeah.
Then they're playing the truth game, the game at the table.
Oh, that was great. That was great. Jamie, Lee, Brienne, and Tyrion.
Right. That's the same game. That's the same game that they were playing right before Tyrion went to war when he met his ex-whore. So that's the game that they were playing, the same truth game. Just to bring it back to that. And we got they dropped a bomb on this, right?
Yeah, there. we find out that Brienne's a virgin.
And she's feeling some kind of way about that. She's feeling some kind of way about that. So she was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna answer this. I'm getting up. Then Tormund pops in, tries to get his.
Of course, Mr. Ginger himself.
And he gets cock blocked.
Bro, look, Darrel, I am still holding out hope that those two somehow make it happen, but it seems
it ain't gonna happen, man.
I know.
That ship sailed right at that moment, and later on when Tormund bounced.
Mm-hmm.
Podrick, long cock Podrick, had a threesome. He got the girls,
Mm-hmm.
Word is spreading. Tormund ended up getting his.
Mm-hmm.
And now, to a non-festive moment, we get back to Sansa and the Hound reconnecting.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like one of the coolest moments of this entire episode, because like people really, a lot of people are just catching up to the show, and everything's going so fast. Like they might have forgotten that if it wasn't for the Hound, Sansa would have been raped long time ago before she was raped.
For context,
way back.
For context, real quick, the Hound pushes the girl away. You mentioned Tormund leaving with a girl. The other girl, the Hound pushes away. Sansa says, quote, she could have made you happy for a little while. He responds, quote, there's only one thing that can make me happy. She asks, what's that? He goes, that's my fucking business. So the Hound, I don't know, the Hound is taking a little bit of a turn the last two episodes.
No, well, this episode is my fucking business. It's like, it's the same Hound that we've known from way back. Him saying that and being grouchy, like, really isn't anything, because that's how he's always been. And, and he was trying to intimidate her. She's like, I'm not afraid of you. And then the same thing he said, like, you should be afraid to look at me. She's like, I'm not afraid anymore. And then they go back into the whole exchange, like, and, she goes into this, I really don't agree with this, with the narrative that she's pressing on in the series, and in the season, like, I'm glad I got raped. I'm glad people did all this shit to me, or else I would have been. Like, I understand that some of the things that you do in the past or happen to you in the past shapes who you are right now, but don't own that. Like, come on, like, you don't have to own that. What I mean? Like, they didn't have to put that in the show, and I didn't like that they put that aspect in it. You know what I mean? It's implied. A lot of things have happened to me, but you didn't have to break everything down into detail. I thought that was kind of cringeworthy. Like, oh yeah, I heard you in rust. Like, Come on, man. Like, they could have, like, all the shit that they could have put in this episode and they left out of this episode, they really should have left that part out of the episode. Like, I really didn't like that part, especially the way our society is. I mean, it's a TV show, it's fantasy, but like, why put that in there, and like, why leave out a whole bunch of other shit that we'll get to? So, and what's your take on it? Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I didn't think that was cool.
Yeah. One thing you missed also happened, because a lot of things happen in this feast here. And you mentioned Gendry.
I'm trying to unpack it all.
No, it's quite all right, because another thing, we mentioned Gendry. He actually proposes to Arya.
And he got curved.
Basically, here's the quote here. You'll be a wonderful lord, and any lady will be lucky to have you, but I'm not a lady. I have never been. That's not me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a callback to what she's been saying this entire 8 seasons. That's not me, from the very beginning. Like, her dad wanted to make her a lady. She was like, no, man, like that's not me. Like, I mean? Like, I want to fight with swords. Like, I don't want to be nobody's lady. Like, that's what she's been from the very beginning, and I'm glad that they're being true to that. So I appreciate that. Gendry, you know what I mean? Like, don't lie. Like, you didn't have 3 girls before. Like, that was your first. Arya was your first.
Well, you didn't
cruiser right there. Like,
at any point, you didn't. Well, okay. Let's be real here, real quick. Did at any point you feel bad for Gendry in that moment?
No.
No, you're cold-hearted, bro. Maybe I'm the romantic. I don't know. I felt a little bad for him, a little bit.
I mean, it makes me think that he didn't really put it down.
Oh man!
If he would have put it down, she would be coming back for more. Like, that was her first time, and she was like, "Oh, no, I'm good." She's like, "This is what it's like." No, I'm good. Like, I don't want to be with this for the rest of my life. Like, I wanted to see what it felt like, and I didn't think it felt very good.
Right.
She said she wanted to see like what it was like before she, like, I guess she didn't like what it was like. Right. So move on.
Well, speaking of sex, speaking of sexual,
you should have had you some Viagra or something, man.
Not back in those days, bro. Well, speaking of intercourse, Darrel, we go to Jamie and Brienne, and basically, I said no. We said earlier she admitted she's a virgin, and I couldn't believe it. Let me give you my reaction real quick to this whole scene, how it was unfolding. I'm watching the scene, and I'm like, please don't. No. What? No! I did not want Jamie and Brienne having sex together. Sorry, I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want to see it happen. And it did happen.
Yeah, so we're watching. We're like, me and my wife was watching it and said, "Is this really happening?" You know, like, look, I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna say this. And I spoke to some of my lady friends about the scene specifically since it happened. And like I said, that's how it happens. You know, that's how it happens most of the time. I'm like, no, that's not cool. Like, to me, that's borderline rape. Been there, you know what I mean? The drinks like, hey, we about to do this. I'm buzzing my shirt and blah 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 and oh no, like she's kind of naive still. You know what I mean? Like she didn't know what was. She kind of thought it, but she wasn't sure what was happening right then and there. Like there was a full consent. You know, like what are you doing? I'm unbuttoning my shirt. Like why? Like then she just unbuttons her shirt herself. Oh, Jamie, like that was cringeworthy. Like
Are you saying that
whatever.
Jamie
He's a rapist.
mentally raped her? Mentally?
He mentally raped her. Like this guy's a rapist. Like he raped his own sister. Like he had sex with his own sister right in front of their dead son. So like
it's funny.
This guy's he's a real scumbag, man.
It's really funny because like
is a real scumbag.
It's funny, and I'm not saying rape is funny, obviously, but like Brienne up to this point, up to this season, has always been stoic and strong. And we've seen now 2 vulnerable sides of her now in 2 last 3 episodes. Obviously when she got knighted, and now this. Again, this season, I can see why to some degree why people are kind of pissed off at the season where it's going. But again, you had to expect some major changes as the series is ending.
You know what? If they're going to do that to her, they might as well let her get up to Torment. Somebody who really, really wanted her bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but really, I mean, Torment's
but he's grotesque. He's grotesque.
Bro, he's charming as shit, but he's a pig.
I get why they did it.
He's a pig.
I get why they did it. I get why they did it. But he was really into her. He's really into her, though. All right.
Okay.
What we got next?
All right, here. So we went through that. Daenerys. Okay, well, we have the strategy of war in terms of how to...
Wait, no. Go to where you're going, because that happens first. Or you're going to go strategy of war, or then you want to tie that... the part together.
Remember, was the Daenerys begging Jon Snow first, or the strategy first?
Yeah. No, that was first.
Okay, because Daenerys I thought the war strategy was first. Anyway, we'll go to Daenerys begging Jon Snow. Obviously, Daenerys still wants Jon Snow, no matter what. Auntie Daenerys, Auntie Dany.
He felt some way about that too, though. He has second thoughts about that. He has second thoughts about it right then and there.
Yeah, she's hot. I mean, come on, though.
Drunk and everything. Drunk and everything. He was like, wait a second, like, man, it's my aunt.
Yeah. I mean, I will still say that Jamie and Cersei is still the worst of the bunch in terms of the you know. I mean, brother, sister, aunt, and nephew, and they knew what they were doing. They still did it anyway, and they had kids in the process.
Right.
I mean, that's disgusting as shit.
It's odd, man. You know, that scene right there brought out Pussy John to me. It's like, you've had a whole lot of time to think about this, right? You've had a whole lot of time before the battle, after the battle, during the day, during the funeral. You had a whole lot of time to think about what you're going to do and what you're going to say. Like, you could have come up with something better than, like, oh, they're my sisters. Like, I have to tell them. You know, come on, man. Like, you done something way better than that. Way better. And as much as you know that Sansa doesn't like her, right, why would you even think about wanting to tell her? You know? And now you know that they're not your sisters. You know that they're not your sisters anymore. Right?
Right.
Don't you want to do so? You know what I mean? Like, there's a different way that it could have been done. You know what I mean? But it just goes like John or Aegon is naive. He's always been naive.
Yeah, you said this on the last episode too. Yeah.
Right? He's always been naive. You know what I mean? He's always trusted the people, you know what I mean, right or wrong. And, like, it has always done him wrong. So, like, we'll see how this plays out and how far it goes. Right? So, I don't blame Daenerys, though. Like, I don't blame Daenerys for begging him. But I don't think that she should like begged him like that. She's always been strong and powerful. You know what I mean? Like she could have like damn near just commanded him. You know what I mean? I'm your queen. Like don't say shit, motherfucker. Like see what he said.
Again, we just said it a little while ago. Like I think part of the problem with this season, not necessarily it's a problem. I think a lot of the problem the season people are having is these character turns all out of nowhere. Like these strong characters up to this point, all of a sudden, fucking vulnerable as hell. Like, I mean, Jon is Jon. Jon is naive all the way through, but you know, Daenerys is now vulnerable to some degree. You know, Lady Brienne is vulnerable to some degree. The only ones who are consistent still to this day are Arya, who's always badass, and all of a sudden Sansa's all of a sudden hardcore now. Sansa went from a prissy little girl to now, you know, I'm tough as nails now. She's kind of like, you know, she's Arya, but she's, you know, she's strong, and you know, it's
Sansa's Littlefinger.
Yeah,
Sansa's Littlefinger. Yeah, she's a female version of Littlefinger. She's Littlefinger now. Like, she learned from him. She learned a lot from him. She learned a lot from Cersei. Like so, like she has her ways. Like she's always sly and slick. You know what I mean? She knows what she's doing. That's why I guess she knows what she's doing. She's saying all the right shit when she's supposed to. She knows when not to say nothing. She knows when to say something. So like she got something up her sleeves. I'm interested in finding out what happens in these last, unfortunately, 2 episodes. Like there's a whole bunch. Next, war strategy. Now you talk about character turns. Like people are getting dumber and dumber. That's why with this whole strategy. You know what I mean? Like people have watched this episode, so we really don't have to break down like what their current strategy is. Like the main thing, my main takeaway from this whole strategy meeting is how freaking dumb Tyrion is. Like check this out, man. You guys just had a battle, right? You guys just had a battle. You know that the last time that these ships were sailing through the sea, they got ambushed, right? The last time you came up with something, the last time you had somebody, you know, ride and sail on the ocean, Yara got snatched up by Euron. The sand snakes got snatched up. Everybody got snatched up, right? Why wouldn't they, on the way back to Dragonstone or wherever they're going, why wouldn't they expect, you know, some like, you know, like some tension or something happening on the sea? Like you can't just expect to sail home just freely, do you? Really? Do you really expect that? And you're comfortable with that. You're comfortable with this. You know that the last time you had a fleet sail anywhere to accomplish something, you got dealt with, and you're just gonna still just go the same route. Like,
so you would have rather them rested for a couple of days and then gone in after and strategized?
Not necessarily rested, but you know what I'm confused about is they all left for war, right? They left Dragonstone, right? They left. Did they like really leave the castle empty and unguarded with like nobody there? They could have at least had somebody there, like being a watch person, like having to send a raven or something. Say, hey, like there's a bunch of ships coming over on this side. Like you guys might want to be careful. You know what I mean? Coming back home. You know what I mean? Like the whole rest thing. Like I don't have a problem with them not resting. You know what I mean? Because she's eager to get to battle. All right, like you know that wasn't the battle that she wanted to fight anyway. As she said in strategy, like you know, my army suffered a major cost. You know what I mean? Like she took a loss, right? She lost basically her whole entire Dothraki and half the Unsullied going up there to help them with the battle, and like they're not even grateful for it. You know, and you have the strategy to be unprotected. You know what I mean? I may have jumped the gun a little bit because I jumped a very important scene, but it just really pissed me off that they didn't even think about this or they even think about talking about this. You know, like you're just going to march right on to King's Landing and you're going to just go to Dragonstone and like launch into battle from there with no resistance. Like no resistance at sea at all. Right? Like you're not going to face anything. You know what I mean? Like, you're not even gonna call Yara. You're not gonna stop by the Iron Islands. Hey, Yara, you on the road with us or nothing?
It seemed very sloppy. It seemed very sloppy.
Right? You just gonna pass all that up. Like, what happened to yours? Is she gonna help you? You know what I mean? So
basically, you agree with Sansa.
Not the couple of days would have like helped them like figure some things out. Like, I don't agree with the stay for the resting part, but like send some scouts. Like, if you're in battle, like you're in wartime, you have to be prepared. You know what I mean? Like, you can't leave any stone unturned, especially since you're undermanned like you are. You know what I mean? You can't leave any stone unturned at all. Like, they didn't send not a single scout. And you're up in the air, flying high. You know, how do you not see all those ships? Like, you're like 10,000 feet up in the air. Like, you don't see any of those ships in the distance. I have a hard time believing that. Like, they're just so free willy, like, no concern in the world. Like, oh, I'm high as a kite. Like, we're having so much fun. Like, they actually get to the castle and they're flying around the air. And, you know, hey. I mean, that's what I take from that.
No,
man.
right.
Like that was an amateur move.
And
you know, that was an amateur move, an amateur strategy.
And
like,
they paid for it.
And they paid for it. Like, why are you splitting up your army? You know what I mean? Your army's already weak, right? If you wanna, why march all the way from the north to King's Landing? Why not just put everybody on the ships? You know what I mean? Just put everybody on the ship so they don't have to march. They don't have to spend their energy walking all the way from the north down. Then you're going to go to the towers and the Riverlands and all that, all those places that you have to walk through to get down there. You're going to waste all that energy. Mm-hmm. You're going to walk nonstop, sleep overnight camps. Put everybody on the ship. Put everybody on the ship and go.
Right.
I mean, that's just my thought. I mean, maybe I'm being too technical here. And that's part of the problem. That's my beef with these episodes. Everything going so fast. Like, there's a bunch of things that could have been done, should have been done, that didn't happen.
Yeah. Again, I'm with you. I'm with you. I thought it was very disorganized for being come out of the war they did with the dead. I thought, wow, you just jump into this. Okay, King's Landing now. That next, like, no, like, hold up,
right? Dude. You know. They did everything so well, you know, prior to this. Like, they hardly made a misstep at all before this. And this is just terrible strategy. Terrible.
Yeah. The Stark siblings meet up, have a little meeting. Mm-hmm. Arya, Sansa, and Jon Snow. Mm-hmm. Basically, I don't know if you question Jon's loyalty, but I guess you really question Jon's loyalty to some degree and whatnot. Your thoughts on this one? I mean, again, I think Jon is looking beyond just his family now. I think the vibe I get is like, I think Jon is starting to realize that, especially with the respect he's getting from his people there in Winterfell, that yeah, maybe I am the king. Maybe I am bigger than this. You know, a leader here. Maybe I am, you know, worthy of the Iron Throne. That's the vibe I got, because I think he's questioning. You know, look, even the way he treated Ghost, the dire wolf. Mm-hmm. You know, mm-hmm. Like before you'd be a little more hands on with that, but now he's letting him go at torment and whatnot. I think Jon Snow is starting to become bigger than just what he is now, because I think he sees the light now. I guess to some degree. That's the vibe I got anyway from that. Your thoughts?
I got the same vibe. I got the same vibe from that. He's like, you know what? I'm not worried about this right here anymore. You know, like, because to him, like, he kind of didn't want to say. He was like, well, you don't have to worry. To me, he was basically saying to them, like, you don't really have to worry about trusting her or none of that stuff, because I'm going to be king. I mean, right. He said it in a way which, you know, if you really read between the lines, like, that's what he was saying. So, I don't know why he got into the whole, like, I have something to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, swear you're not going to say anything. But
oh, yeah.
He just like, you know what I mean? Like, why? Like, why even go there? You know what I mean? He just be like, you know what? This is what's going to happen. Like, I'm going to be king, and you guys just chill. You know what I mean? Like, he could have been like, if you say something right now, like, a whole bunch of shit's going to fall apart. Like,
once I get down there, then you guys can say some shit. But like, don't say anything right now. But it's gonna undermine everything. It's like Daenerys said, like it's gonna undermine everything, and we already see the wheels turning. And like this part right here, you know, this little finger part of Sansa, like this is the part I didn't like. Like Stark is supposed to be honorable, right? Like that's what their family. That's what their family's based on, honor. Like Stark's supposed to be honorable. Like if you swear to something, like you know, like stay true to it. You know what I mean? Like, don't break your word. You know what I mean? And she broke her word. And I like how John was like, "Hey, tell him, Bran." Like, and that's one of the things.
And they go ghost of that. They don't show it. It's go ghost. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to see. I wanted to see what their reaction was. Like, how's he going to tell them? Like, I wanted to see what their reaction was. Like, what are their thoughts? Like, did they go like, "Oh shit," like for real? It's like, wow, like that's cool, John. Like you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like. I wanted to see their reaction. And with them knowing what they know, like, that's why I don't understand why Sansa did what she did. You know, like, why tell Tyrion? Like, don't you know? Like, that's what's going to happen anyway. You know, like, unless Jon said, like, oh, like, I'm the heir to the throne, but I don't want it. Like, unless he told them, like, hey, I don't want it. Like, hey, this is who I am, but I don't want it. Like, unless he said that, that's what pissed me off. Like, let us know what was said in that conversation. So I wouldn't feel this way. I wouldn't be thinking of Sansa as a turncoat.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was disappointed in that too. I would love that scene, the reaction of Bran telling him everything they need to know. It would have been worth seeing that. I'm surprised they cut it off because one of the things about the show I love. I think we all love is that it's very transparent. There's no secrets. They everything's hung out to see. And now I feel like
except for the season.
Well, but apparently,
that's what pissed me off the most about this whole thing. Like all the scenes with Bran. Like I feel like there's more that could happen with every single Bran scene that has happened so far. You know what I mean? Like we had all these flashbacks in season 6. And 7, you know, like give us some more flashbacks, like give us something, you know what I mean? But basically, Bran should just have his whole entire show by himself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like let's find out what happened in between. All right, so obviously Sansa tells Tyrion. They're on the boat now, and Tyrion told Varys. So there's 8 people that know off top. Now there's gonna be more.
More than a secret. It's more than a secret now.
It's more secret. Like I said, it's more secret information.
Yeah,
information.
It's out there.
And this dude Varys, man, him and this whole realm shit. Like, let's get to the conversation. All right, so we know what happened. Then the dragon gets shot down by who? By badass Euron Greyjoy.
Real quick, I made a comparison. Euron Greyjoy reminds me of Triple H in his peak.
Why?
Just a badassery. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just whatever. You know, all horns ahead. Like, he reminds me of Triple H. I don't know. It's just badassery.
Yeah. Hey, man. So, what was I right about him from the jump or what? Like, the first time I saw him in that ship, I said, man, like, he got the baddest damn vehicle in this whole damn show. Now he got upgraded. Now he wants to go pimp my ride.
Pimp my ride, bro. He killed a dragon.
Pimp my ride, homie.
He
took his boat to pimp my ride, and now all his ships got scorpions on them, yo.
Yep,
like, all of them. Like they all got scorpions, and they're just shooting at rapid fire. Like this is what I'm talking about, right? They went to war. They defeated the Lannisters in the Battle of the Loot Train. Like they saw that the Lannisters had this weapon. Right? They saw that they had this weapon that got. It's the same dragon. Or was it Drogon? It was Drogon, right? Did Drogon get shot the first time or did Rhaegar get shot? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. I can't remember that, to be honest with you. I don't remember.
It was. Anyway, she saw this weapon the first time, right? When Bronn shot it.
Mm-hmm.
How are you not prepared? How are you not like.
Thank you.
Right?
Tyrion's fault. Again, goes back to what we said
exactly.
10 minutes ago.
And he saw that. He saw the dragon get shot in that battle. Like, you are underestimating your opponents. You never underestimate your opponent at war, Tyrion. You saw the dragon get shot. Don't you think that they would come out with more? Like, that was a prototype. Now these that they have are bigger than the prize. Like, these are bigger spears. These are bigger spears, and like they're fully metal. It's not like some wood shit anymore. It's like it's fully metal, and they're loaded. And man, like, how are they going to win this war?
And that's not that too. Like, you don't think that while you're fighting the dead and preparing for the dead, that Cersei and her army were preparing themselves? Like, come on, like, exactly. Really, dude? No sense. Worst episode of the season by far. I still loved it though, but still, worst episode of the season. The info leak.
So all the ships getting wrecked. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Why do they not show us Euron and his ship pulling up on them, like taking prisoners?
That's the question.
Right? Like after the ships get shot, like all we saw was, you know, the what do you call that? The banister, the pole, or whatever comes down about Tyrion on the head, and like, we don't see nothing else. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, where did Sandy go? Like, did she jump off and swim the other way? Did she swim the other direction? You know, does Euron have a submarine that swooped her from under the water? Like, what's happening here? Like, how did she get caught? You know, another loophole. Like, we could make a whole episode of a bunch of loopholes and shit to complain about this episode.
We're doing that right now.
All right.
We're doing that right now. Filling the gaps in right now while we can. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what the hell happened? Like, we didn't see any of that.
Okay,
we didn't see none of that.
Mm-hmm. Now you labeled.
How'd she get caught?
Mm-hmm. You labeled info leak. What exactly is that again?
Wait, what did I say?
It's an info leak.
Info leak.
Info leak. Right, it's right before ambush. I'm trying to figure out exactly what we're talking about info leak before I labeled it. Which information was leaked? Was it about the Jon Snow, what he said, or was that?
Oh. No, yeah. About that. About what Jon Snow said. Like, yeah, like why? That's what I meant. That's what I meant by info leak. The whole disclosing Jon's lineage to everybody. That's what I meant by that, and what the purpose of it. You know, like with Sansa planting the seed, her doing her living thing. Like, what was the purpose of her sending it off? So, what did she want to achieve by putting that information out, by letting that information get loose? You know, did she want embarrassing everybody? Like, did she want an ambush? Like, was this ambush set up? You know, like, did they send the Raven out saying, like, hey, we're coming? Or, like, what happened? You know, I don't know. Like, did they say that so the dragons get shot down and Jon can become king off top?
I think the purpose of the season this episode was to create more questions heading to these final 2 episodes.
Interesting.
Create more questions. Create more chaos. Thinking that maybe this is bad and your questions are answered in episode 5, and as I said already, this is the biggest episode of the entire series now coming up. So we'll see. I mean,
we'll see.
All right.
So what do you think?
What
you think?
So the ambush. We got the ambush. We got the ambush ready too, right? The ambush we got ready. So now we're at King's Landing now, and Cersei is again showing how badass she is. I mean, again, I did a power rankings on my blog today. She's number 1 with a bullet. I mean, anybody that questions that is an idiot. She owned this episode. Again, she was gone for the first episode. You question what?
I question it. I question it.
Why?
She's not number 1. She's not number 1. Euron's number 1.
You're number 2.
Dude, Euron is not. He killed a fucking dragon, dude. He killed the dragon by himself. He killed the dragon and took the prisoner. He's number 1. She didn't do shit. She didn't do shit but stand up there and say, "Do you have any last words?" Like
That's
she
the
didn't do
point.
shit.
That's the point. All this is she's still.
If he would have failed, like she would have been shit. Like, this man killed the dragon, bro. How many people in the entire Westeros or this whole entire realm have killed the dragon? How many people that we know of? One person in this entire season has killed the dragon, and I'm not counting as Night King because he's not a person. Like he's a mythological fantasy character, and he was super badass and has superpowers and like threw a javelin.
And he gone.
He gone.
He gone.
You badass. His feet and his scorpions on his ship killed the dragon.
That's true.
3 shots. He's number one.
Okay.
Hands down.
Upon further review.
Hands down.
Okay, I threw the challenge flag. Okay, we're good. you convinced me. But again, Cersei's the puppet. She's the one doing all this. She's the one in charge, you know? So, I mean, that face, man. She didn't get laid again, bro. She didn't get laid.
What do you make of this whole don't go burn the city down bullshit? Like, come on, man. Like, again, this is the second time that they've done this. Like, this war could have ended long time ago. They would have just let Daenerys fire the kingdom and this is before Scorpion and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to burn the whole. You don't have to burn the whole entire city. Burn down the spot where Cersei is in the Iron Throne. Just burn it.
But this is why they brought.
You can't.
This is why they brought all the people in there in the in King's Landing to prevent.
Right.
You know, she's very smart.
Now, that could have been avoided if they would have done that the first time. You know what I mean? You could have stopped. You could have stopped all this carnage. When they met in the Dragon's Pit to try to parlay and brought the freaking wife from the north down to show her, they could have burnt her there. They could have killed her then. They decided not to do it. Oh, let's unite. Fuck unite. Just win the war right now. If you kill her right now, you could take all her soldiers to the north with you.
Well, I'll tell you what. We had another sad moment at King's Landing. Number one. First off, you have a standoff sort of between Daenerys and Cersei. Each of them request to surrender, each deny, obviously. And then we have a prisoner, a familiar prisoner in Missandei, who later is beheaded by the Mountain. Very sad. Number one, she's probably the hottest one in the entire show, number one. Definitely top 2 or 3. Definitely top 2 or 3, if anything, but definitely one of the hottest. I'm gonna miss her. But to me, the biggest thing of the episode and the ending is seeing Daenerys' face. Again, we're talking about heel turns. Her going to turn to a heel. And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw her face, angry, was, Mad Queen, maybe?
Mm-hmm. It was a pointless meeting, man. It was a pointless parlay. Like, what did they think was going to happen? Like, after she killed the Cersei side, killed their dragon, took their prisoner. Like, what makes you think she's going to surrender? Like, what makes you think she's going to surrender? Like, did you not see all them damn scorpions, the big weapons sitting up on the wall? Like, if they wanted to, like, they could have killed you guys right then and there with all those guns. You know what I mean? With all those spears, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they brought the dragon. The dragon was in the background too. Like, they could have shot the last dragon down if they wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the way that they set this whole thing up. You know what I mean? Like, you bring your army right then and there, and Jon and the rest of the people aren't even down there yet, and you just want to go talk shit and think she's going to surrender?
This seems sloppy.
Come on, man. Cersei gives zero fucks about what you guys are doing right now. Like, there's no way she's going to surrender. Like, why would you even think that?
Yeah.
Just so the people can say, like, oh, you gave her a chance and they love you later on? Like, they don't care.
Nope.
They don't care. The people do not care.
Yeah, kill her now. So, think later.
Exactly.
You know. So, in review, real quick, what do you think is going to happen? As we've been hearing, episode 5 is going to be the biggest one. And that's what it's being promoted as. What do you think is going to happen in episode 5?
There's one mystery from episode 4
mm-hmm.
which is, I had two predictions. Cersei's going to get killed. They're probably going to win this battle. Cersei's squad is probably going to win this battle, right? Because I don't see how they can lose. But they're not going to win the war because Cersei's going to get murdered by either her brother, Jaime Lannister, or Arya.
And
Arya told the Hound she had some unfinished business too.
And by the way, they're together now going to King's Landing themselves. And who gets to Cersei all the time is the Mountain, his brother. So
the Mountain, yep.
So
he had unfinished business. And Arya said, "I don't think I'm coming back either." So that's the one mystery to me is why aren't you coming back? Like, what are you going to do? Like, where do you have to go? You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? If you don't think that you're coming back to King's Landing, what are you going to do for the rest of your life? Like, do you plan to die? Do you plan to die going to kill Cersei? It's not that hard for her to do it because she has all those faces. You know what I mean? Like, she could turn to anybody once she gets down there. So, like, it'll be easy for her to sneak in and go in there and kill her. So that's the one thing I'm going to predict. If not from episode 5, episode 6 is, they already gave Arya the kill. They gave Arya the Night King kill. So before Arya kills the Night King, I think before Arya go kill Cersei, I think they're gonna have Jaime kill Cersei. Probably episode 6. The survivor out of Jon and Daenerys, they're gonna lose the battle, but maybe one of them is still on the Iron Throne, or maybe Sansa comes still on the Iron Throne. Sansa and Tyrion sits on the Iron Throne. Like, I've long predicted Tyrion was going to end up on the Iron Throne because I had this whole theory about he was still a Targaryen, and I'm still going to hold on to that. For some reason, I don't know. Like, until you prove me wrong, like he's a Targaryen. Tyrion and Sansa sit on the Iron Throne together. Like, I don't know, but I think that side, the Daenerys Jon side, is going to lose this battle. I don't see how they can win, bro. I don't see it. Like, they're undermanned unless the Golden Company turns on Cersei. Like, that's the only way Cersei loses if the Golden Company.
It's always possible. It's always possible.
It's always possible. And, those are my predictions.
Because politics, of course. Because politics. Politics is always
because apparently
weird.
Yeah, because apparently they're Targaryens. If you know that.
Well, the Golden Company?
Like, the Golden Company is found. Yeah, they're founded by some Targaryen bastards back in the day, and they're the best swords, cell swords in the world. And they always honor. That's the thing. They say they made it a point a couple episodes, or in the book or whatever, to say the Golden Company always honor their contracts, right? And with this show having as many twists and turns as it does have, like, wouldn't this be a good one time to not honor the contract? But yeah, the Golden Company is a group of hitmen that was founded by Targaryen bastards. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe that has something to do with it. That's sort of one of my predictions.
Could Jon Snow be the one to turn him, against Cersei? Because again, he's Targaryen. He's a bastard, and he can relate.
They have to find some way for them to get information that he's a Targaryen for him to turn them. So, like, somebody has to tell them.
Bran?
How he's gonna war against one of them?
I don't know. I'm just throwing names out at this point.
He's gonna war against one. It's more likely they'll turn on. It's more likely that they'll turn on her just on the strength of Daenerys being Daenerys.
Right.
That's more likely than anything, than some other twist. But I don't know, man. We'll see.
That's just a good thing. We think we know, but we never know.
We don't know shit this season, apparently.
And they've been tight-lipped about everything, so this is good. Tight-lipped. So next week we'll jump in. Oh, before you go, did you notice the Starbucks cup on the episode?
Because I watch it twice. I always watch it back to back. So after I watched it, I didn't see it the first time around. But when I saw it, I thought it was just a meme at first. Right? Okay, what? Really? Let me go back. So I went back and I watched it and I saw it. I'm like, oh, this shit's real.
I feel like they did it on purpose just to go viral.
They took it out now, They took it out.
No, they did, but I feel like they did it on purpose just to kind of get people talking about Starbucks, and Starbucks might pay a little bit of money to get a little promotion out of that.
I don't think so, man. Like on a lesser show maybe, but not a show as popular and that have many people invested in it and its outcome and its storyline as this show. You know what I mean? I think this pissed more people off than just something to make it go viral.
The thing is, cause Thrones has so much equity now that they could do nothing. They could do piss poor the next episode, and then people are still gonna watch. So
I ate some Oreo Thrones today.
There you go. Their equity. They have so much equity now that they can have a bad ending, and the show will still probably, the success of the show up to that point will still outlast everything else.
They're fucking up though, Ernest. They're fucking.
You know what? It don't matter now. It's the end. All I'm asking is they land the plane safely. That's all I'm asking. Land the plane safely. Because endings are hard. Because I've seen bad endings of shows. Dexter was fucking horrible. I don't know if you watched Dexter. That show the ending of it was horrible.
I heard.
Yeah,
I heard.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
How much Mother was horrible?
Breaking Bad was horrible.
Whoa. Slow down. It was horrible.
Yeah, man.
That was horrible. Come on, slow down. I don't know. Like I said, it's hard. Ending shows are hard.
Mad Men was horrible.
The Sopranos had a really weird ending. Again, it's one of those things where great shows, all-time great shows, still their endings are still critically panned. By
at least the Wire ended good. At least the Wire had a good ending.
I still need to finish that.
Wire was solid.
I still need to finish that. I know.
You did
what? Shut up. Don't get on me on this shit now. You and Jabari both, man. Seriously.
What? I don't know. I don't know if all the listeners heard what you just said. Ernest has not finished The Wire.
They already know that. I've said it many times over. I've done episodes at least once every 6 months where I say I still need to finish The Wire, still need to finish this show. Trust me, I'm embarrassed by it.
I'm tweeting right now.
No, come on. Anyway, I promise you I will. But here's the good news, though. My wife wants to watch it now, so that's good news. So it'll be
she hasn't watched it either?
No, that's something she's normally into, but now she wants to watch it. My wife's more to Marvel and things like that. So.
Wow.
But I guarantee. I will say this much.
You're cutting all this part out the episode, right? You're cutting all this part of the podcast,
I'm even there. I'm authentic as shit. Come on. I will say this much though. I will finish that show this summer. Bang on it.
Oh man! Hey, new show to watch though, man. It's it's an LA show. It's an LA show, but it's a high school show about high school football in LA. It's called All American on Netflix. It's a pretty good show.
Okay.
I've binge watched it. It took me 2 days to watch it all.
Really?
16 episodes.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Right.
Tay Diggs is a football coach.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
Another reality show. Another show. Check out also a reality show. The Lakers.
And
Jesus Christ.
Whatever, dude. Well,
you guys are a fucking mess.
Somebody from The Wire plays in this All-American show, too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, God, dude. Why, man? I don't even want to talk about this.
Trey LeBron?
I guess not. No, that's not happening, man. No, just hire Jeff Van Gundy, bro. That's all you got to do. Like, they should hire Jeff Van Gundy years ago. Wouldn't have had none of this problem.
I'm starting to think that Magic Johnson did the right thing by leaving. I think he saw what was coming.
Magic Johnson was terrible at his job.
No. I'm not saying it. I agree with you. I'm the biggest Magic Johnson honk you're gonna find on the planet, and he was bad at his job. But I do think he may have had more foresight and seen the future. It's like, let me get out of here before it gets worse.
I think it was more so that he was overwhelmed than anything else. Like, he was overwhelmed. He felt like he was getting squeezed a lot, and he mentioned like he couldn't be himself in that role. Like
He
I
couldn't
don't think
tweet.
so much that I don't think that he so much foresaw all of it, but he got squeezed out the role. And hey, and LeBron was pissed. Did you see the shot? LeBron was pissed over that. He was like, "Dude, you brought me here.
I still need to watch that, but I heard he was pissed.
I came here, and like you didn't have the decency or respect to let me know that you were leaving before you left, motherfucker." Like LeBron was pissed.
Shit, he didn't tell Jeannie Buss. I mean, come on. I mean, he told the damn owner.
I honestly think Jeannie Buss knew. I think she knew because they had dinner the night before, and she probably told him like, "Go ahead and quit to save face because I'm going to fire you."
I gotta be.
I don't know. That's my take on it.
I'll be honest with you. And look, I know the sample's small, so it's not fair to say this, but right now, after 2 years, she's worse than Jim Buss.
No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna say that. No,
I was highly critical of Jim Buss during his tenure.
But Jeannie is not any better. Jimmy was terrible, but there's a lot of excuses that Jeannie could make.
Yeah. And it's too early. It's only 2 years.
Justified.
It's only 2 years.
Justified.
3 years now. Is it 3 years? 3 years now, right? So.
Really 2.
Okay, so let's again sample small, so she has more time to turn it around. But these first 2 years out the gate, no good. That's all I'll say about that.
Man, I mean, I really don't care, dude. Like, let's just get a competent coach in the building, and I believe in the talent on the team. Like, I truly believe in the talent on the team. I saw that things were going right. Things were going in the right direction before shit got bad. And based on what I saw from the shop, from that little LeBron barbershop episode, I think that Lonzo is in the right place mentally right now. He won't have his father all over his back. This whole expectations to build the BDD brand and all this type of shit. And he has a chemistry, he has a friendship with LeBron. LeBron is mentoring the guy now. Right. Like he really has the guy in his wing. So like, look, Lonzo's a talented basketball player.
I agree.
Like really and truly.
I'm a Lonzo guy.
So things are going to just bring a competent coach in and don't try to trade everybody again. You know what I mean? Like, because things are going well. Then, you got desperate. Now, LeBron got injured, then front office got desperate, and, there we go. Like, shit, I believe in the team, and I think everything's cool. I think everything's going to be fine. Just get a competent person in here. Somebody who isn't going to screw everything up.
Well,
I'm not anti Jason Kidd, by the way. I'm not anti Jason Kidd.
G Steele is.
Don't bring in. Don't let Kurt Rambis be the head coach.
I was going to say that. Why? How in the ever living fuck is he having any influence on the front office right now? That makes no sense to me.
Well, because of his wife. His wife and Jeannie Buss are besties.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's
very cool.
So if that happens, then we could go into this whole, she's worse than her brother shit. Like, it's time for them to go out the box. Like, forget all this in-house bullshit that they're doing. Like, it's a family organization.
Yeah.
It's a family-run organization.
It's over. It hasn't worked.
Let's bring in somebody from the outside to help run the team. Like, there's only a limited amount of people within your circle that has basketball experience, front office experience. Like, bring somebody in from the outside to consult. Like, not even Phil Jackson. Like, don't bring Phil back. Do not bring Phil back. Like, nothing stupid like that. Like, bring somebody from the outside in. Like, hire somebody, pay somebody, bring in analytics staff. Like, we're still lacking the analytics staff. Like, just bring some people in that helps run the organization. Hire a competent coach. Like, that's all I'm asking. Hire a competent coach and bring in somebody who's not going to be a yes man.
I agree with you, 100%. Anyway,
so, like, that's it. Like, I could talk about this shit forever, dude.
Yeah. Fucking soap opera. D-Wil, we will talk to you next week, and we're going to wrap up episode 5 next week. Obviously. And then next week we'll be approaching our second and final episode of Thrones Talk, and be a second, and talking about the final episode of the series next week. Wow. Too fast, bro. Way too fast.
Too fast. Peace out, bro. See you next week.
All right, brother. Be good.